Hey, what's happening? It's your boy, King June. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here chopping it up with Tampa. You know what I'm saying? And the industry's most wanted. Let's get it, man. King June.
Nigga, we fading away. Nigga, we crossing the fade. Nigga, we ballin' with money. Niggas is catching away. Throwing this money away. You be running in place. Nigga, we keeping the pace. Nigga, we winning the race.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted Hype Me Up podcast. Boom! King June in the building. You dig? Give me some love. Boom. We've been chopping it up, having a whole good conversation before we started, before we went live. Appreciate you being here.
No problem.
It's a long overdue.
Long overdue.
You are a multifaceted young man. Like, you do so many things, you know, from film to artist to production.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and give us that official introduction.
It's the man, the myth.
I know that's right.
No, I'm just an artist at the end of the day, very heavily inspired by life itself. And I'm about to make my way in this game. You know, it's long overdue. It's my time. It's my season. 2023 belongs to me. June. Let's get it.
Nah, that's big facts, man. We have to claim that. And it's not being arrogant or cocky. It's you confident with yourself. You know who you are and you're standing on that. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely. Where you from originally? I'm
originally from the city where you're recording at, Atlanta, GA.
Okay. You born and raised in the A.
I'm not gonna do that to everybody that was born here. I was raised here.
Okay, I got you.
So I had to earn my Atlanta stripes. So I was born in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
I did read that on your website.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember reading that on your website. I did my homework.
Yeah. So I had to put in all my blood, sweat, and tears to become an ATLian.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that. You were born in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Was your family military, or they just were living there? Like, talk to us about that.
My mom and dad was in the military.
Yeah.
So they was out when they graduated from high school.
Yeah.
My mom, enlisted in the military. My dad did too. They was high school sweethearts.
Oh, dope.
And then they, kind of busted up while over there.
Yeah.
And stuff. And my mom, she was transferred to a lot of cities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, if she was on a deployment or something like that, she needed assistance or she had to do anything dealing with work.
Yeah.
My grandmother's, one of my grandmothers stood in and was like, hey, send my baby back home.
I know that's right.
And then once I got older, I was like, I want to go back to Atlanta, and it just stuck. It just stuck. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, I think that the military life when you have kids, it's a bittersweet because of deployment and things like that. But thankfully, your grandmother said, "Bring my baby out over here.
Bring my baby back." So,
grandmothers are so special, right?
Yeah, and I appreciate that because it gave me diversity. Like I know how to adapt to a lot of different walks of life. So,
that's facts. I think when you are exposed to military life, whether your family is in it or you are, and you have to move around to different areas, different cities, it gives you a bigger appreciation for different cultures.
Right.
How long were you in Hawaii?
Not long.
Not long?
I don't even remember anything about Hawaii, to be honest with you. I just know my mom said you was born in the same hospital as Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
We was born in the same hospital.
Yeah.
And she just showed me pictures, and I'm like, okay. I was like a baby, so I don't.
Right. So that, technically, it's not really home for you because you were birthed there, but it sounds like Atlanta's home for you.
Yeah, I got it tatted on me and everything.
I know that's right. Take us back to Lil June, Baby June. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
Prince June before you became a king. You know what I'm saying? What were you into? What were you into, like, as a child?
As a child. Music.
Yeah.
I was always into music. Like my mom used to tell me I was a baby that didn't cry as much.
Yeah.
I loved sleeping. And she was like, in order for me to wake you up, I played Michael Jackson. He used to dance and be like, dance to get up.
Gonna be starting something.
Yeah. So I was a big Michael Jackson fan. So that introduced me to my love for music.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be Michael Jackson when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I was like, because around that time, the early 90s, that's when the Jacksons biopic, I think, American Dream came out.
Yeah.
And I was in love with it.
Okay.
So back then, it was like a weekly series. It wasn't like a like a full-fledged movie.
Right.
And Jason Weaver played that part, and I was like, I want to be just like him. I was like, I didn't know who Jason Weaver was,
Right.
but I was like, I want to be like Michael Jackson. I want to be like him. So that got me into wanting to be into music.
Did you try to dance like Mike?
Of course.
Can you moonwalk?
Of course.
You gonna moonwalk for me later?
I mean, I have non-slip resistant shoes.
You better take them suckers off and do it in your socks.
Yeah, so, you know.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. But that is dope. I always love hearing people's journey and how music became that passion for them. So what came first for you? You do so many things within entertainment. What came first?
It was music.
Yeah.
Well, actually, music, I didn't know I had a love for it, like, in depth, because I was heavy into sports.
Okay.
You know, when I got up in age, like, about 5, 6, 7, something like that. So I played football, I played basketball. I was heavy into baseball. At that point in time, I was like, I want to be a famous MLB player. Yeah. So I looked up heavily at Ken Griffey.
Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to be either Ken Griffey or Michael Jordan.
Or Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. And then when Kobe came, I was like, man, I want to be like Kobe.
Yeah.
So I followed Kobe from when he got drafted up until he passed away.
But that's dope, though. It sounds like you had some really iconic influences that you looked up to. Yeah. So you started creating music?
Yes, which was crazy because when I was saying I wrote my first rap, right, when I was 7.
Okay.
Whatever night it was, I remember the time. It was 96 when Life After Death came out.
Yeah.
Biggie had a song called Going Back to Cali. And
wait, 96? How old were you in 96?
Whatever year that was. So it's like, okay, I was born in 87.
Oh, so you 35?
I was 9.
Are you 35 now?
36.
36. You must have just turned.
Yeah, in March.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Pisces season. I was born on Pi Day, 3/14. But yeah, my first rap lyric that I actually wrote was Biggie's Going Back to Cali. Because I had the tape, and I kept rewinding it, and I was writing the words out, the lyrics out as I was listening, and I made it, and I changed all the curse words to something I can actually say around my mama.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You at an early age, you understand how to create music. Yeah. And the fact that you're like, okay, I got to flip these words up so Mom Dukes is going to approve. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her upset.
And I also got to add this, because I know we're going to jump around. My heavy influence also outside of Michael Jackson was Criss Cross.
Okay, yeah.
I always wanted to be like Criss Cross when, like, Dangerous album and Totally Crossed Out came out around the same time, I believe. I was like 91, 92. And Criss Cross was, I think, in the Jam video, and they also went on tour. So that's how I found out about Criss Cross, through Michael Jackson.
That is dope. That's dope. I've actually had quite a few artists say that Criss Cross was one of their influences, you know, in that era. And I said, I think that is dope because, again, these are all people that are iconic in the music business. You could still put their music on today and people are going to listen to it. They're going to vibe out to it. So music came first. What came next?
It stayed with music for a while. I recorded my first demo tape. About 2 years later. Yeah. My mom bought me a keyboard, and I started making my beats then. Dope. This was like around 12, when I was 11 or 12, something like that.
You were going young. I love it.
She bought me my first DJX keyboard for all the producers who know what a DJX keyboard was.
You know what that is, Knowledge?
It's the DJX keyboard, the blue joint, you know what I'm saying? And before I can actually get in the studio, I had a Talkboy recorder. Like Home Alone. Yeah. I had one of them. And I used to make my beats, and then I used to record them on the tape through an aux. Yeah. And then I used to play it back through the speaker, and I used to get the recorder and put record me rapping. I used to have my little paper and the speaker right here, and I used to push play and record it on the
That is so dope. I wish I could have been there to see that.
Yeah, so I recorded 3 songs, and the album I got, the demos, back in the day, used to say, submit your demos.
Demos, yeah.
It was www.thug.com. I got that CD, whatever year that was. I believe it was going into the new millennium. I got that CD and I submitted my first demo tape to Slip and Slide Records. Did
you get a response?
Yeah, they sent me a postcard saying you had a lot of potential, but so I was like, it sounded good at first, and then they said, I was like, Mom, what does this mean? She's like, nah, baby, they told you to, try it again.
Yeah.
So,
but at least they did that. Yeah. Rather than just having you, like, as a child wondering, why did I not hear back? At least they took the time to do that.
They sent me a postcard. I still got it to this day.
That's dope. So. That is absolutely, because that's kind of a milestone for you. You know what I'm saying? It's something you're always going to remember. Yeah. Do you remember the first artist, one of the first artists that rapped on one of your beats?
Let me see.
Besides yourself, of course.
I would say Pastor Troy.
Okay.
In recent times.
Dope.
Yeah, I would say my first real placement with an artist, I would say, is Pastor Troy.
That is dope because he's an icon in Atlanta. Everybody loves Pastor Troy.
He got me into it. So I always stay connected. Like once I actually was with my mom and she was stationed wherever she was at, I always said, I'm a DSGB. They were like, what does that mean? I was like, I'm a down South Georgia boy. Oh, okay. I'm from the dirty South. What does that mean? I'm like, I'm from the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everywhere I went, I carried Atlanta with me. But only reason why I didn't really deem myself as a producer then was because I couldn't afford beats.
Yeah.
So I made my own.
There you go. Absolutely.
So I tried to make my own. So.
That's what you have to do is, sometimes when it's just out of your reach, whether it's because it's financially or whatever, you just got to get in and do it yourself.
And back then, we didn't have, like, these sites that you can, like YouTube, to go to get beats or whatever.
BeatStars and all those other ones that are out there.
Yeah, back then, it was hard to come across beats.
Of course, yeah.
They cost a lot of money.
I bet.
So I made my own.
It's funny that you said that you gave that acronym. I remember I came to Atlanta in mid-'90s for Freaknik. Yeah. Definitely you're elder. But I remember coming up here with my homegirl, Zelina, and we had seen this is like a little shop we're in, and there was a shirt that said Grits, Girls Raised in the South. I said, oh, I like that.
That's dope.
Grits. So for a long time, we referred to ourselves, we from Florida, we from the South too. Yeah, yeah. So we referred to ourselves as Grits for a long time. Girls Raised in the South. Yeah. So you're a 3-time award-winning director. Talk to us about that. Like, congratulations. That's big right there. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge accolade.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Directing, it's like everything that I pursue was on the strength of me. I don't really like asking for stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. Or before I present myself to the world or go for an audition, let me tighten up on the skill.
Right.
So that's how I became, a director. And it was an experiment at first.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, my first film that I directed, Young LA kind of put me in the hot seat. He's like, bruh, I'm coming out with a mixtape. This is during the pandemic.
Yeah.
He's like, bruh, let's do something. Like, what can we do? Because at the time I was branding artists and businesses at the time. So he was like, man, how can I brand my mixtape? And I said, why don't you just shoot a short film? You know what I'm saying? To help market it.
Smart.
And just play your songs and sync it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, all right, who can we shoot? Who can we get to shoot? And
right.
I said, I don't know. He said, well, you got the camera, you shoot it. I'm like, God damn.
I just put myself in a situation.
So I was like, you know what? All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
So we shot it. We shot it in like 2 days. And it came out real good.
Man.
And then that's what kind of triggered and hit that light switch. Like, okay, maybe you can be a director.
Yeah.
And I'm a big 70s fanatic.
Yeah.
Like anything 70s music, the movies, I love it. And I'm like, how come, like in, black film, nobody has recreated an authentic 70s movie
right.
to the degree that, I was envisioning it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to shoot my own.
You do it.
Like, I'm not going to wait on nobody.
Facts.
So what I did was I said, I'm going to wing it. So I did a casting call. I casted the people. And then from there, I was just winging it the whole time. People didn't know I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was just like learning how to shoot and, shoot film with the camera I had at the time. And then from there, I pieced it all together and it came out really good.
Man.
And then from that point on, 2020 to now, I've just been dropping like crazy.
So how many films have you done?
So far, 6.
Okay. That's big.
I did 6. I took 3 years off. Well, not 3 years. I'm tripping. I took like a year, almost a year off.
Yeah.
Between my first 3 and my last 3. Because like I told you, off air, I had got robbed.
Yeah.
All of my equipment that I just bought.
Man.
And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. I'm like, damn, if this comes with this, I don't want to fuck with it.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I don't want to fuck with it. So we was in the middle of the project.
Yeah.
We was almost finished, actually. And when that happened, I was like, man, fuck this. And I was like, I'm so considerate. I'll be, considering people's time and effort. So I was like, man, we got to finish this movie because people gave me their, they all 100%.
Yeah.
So insurance policy came through, bought some more equipment, finished the film. And then from that point on, I said, you know what? I love this shit.
That's what I want to do forever.
Yeah. So, and from that point on, I took some time out, to breathe and get my creative juices to flow back. And by the end of that year, going into 2022, I picked it back up and I started writing.
Man.
So I got a whole shoebox full of scripts.
Ready to go.
And I just...
This is the one that's it's kind of like I see those viral videos where they're holding the 2 pieces of paper and they make someone choose one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that same concept. What was the latest film that you put out?
Photogram.
I did see that advertised. Photogram. I've probably seen it coming down your timeline or somebody else's. For anybody that's looking to get involved in future films, do you have any that you're casting for right now?
Man, I'm on a marathon for 2023. Like I said, it's all about me, JUNEKING. I'm working on 25 in total projects this whole year.
Dang.
I've already knocked out 3.
Wow.
And it's only going into April.
Yeah, absolutely. We're barely at the end of or going into April right now.
So I'm about to turn it up. So all you got to do is just follow me or go to btbproductions.net. I have all the casting calls, information up there. And I'm about to drop a bomb on you. Like, nobody knows this.
We ready for it.
Give you some dope shit, right? I'm gonna be the first ever director in the city of Atlanta. I don't know about the whole state of Georgia to have a movie premiere for 3 movies that I shot.
Man, that is amazing.
May 9th, Landmark Theater.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you that. So is this something that they have to get tickets for ahead of time? So you don't.
So I'm not. For my premieres, I don't really bank off money.
Right.
It's more so to celebrate the completion.
Of course.
And then also networking.
Right.
So I know this is going to be real big. So, it's going to be like $10. So.
No, absolutely. I think, because it costs you money to do that.
Yeah, it's an investment. So
it's big time.
I invest more so in the experience than to get a return back right now.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Like, there's so many things that I do that I don't charge for just because it puts me in a position to where I know how to network and I'm going to make money in another way. Right. I'm with you on that.
So it's like your network it shows people your value.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you leading off money, okay, you get the money, you spend it.
Right.
Then you got to start back at square one with networking. You can't reach back and be like, okay, well, so can I, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to spend that same money that you got to try to recoup something that you could have got from a valuable resource.
Absolutely. People are way too pressed on monetary value all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, gosh, maybe they, in their mind, that quick buck is how they like to operate, but I like sustainable money. I like that residual income.
Yeah, I like making money in my sleep.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I got to the point to where it's getting to where my name makes money without me being there.
I told you someone asked me specifically about connecting with you. You know what I'm saying? So your name is definitely ringing bells out here in the film world.
Thank you.
You know, because he specifically, shout out to Moneymaker Marco, I'll say his name, that's my homie, you know what I'm saying? It was him that asked me about it because, you know, he's trying to get into more films. So throughout this year, you're working on a lot of films.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people to be able to cast different roles, you know, whether it be leads, extras.
Right.
I would like to do voiceover if you ever have an opportunity.
I'm working on I have an animation film project that I'm working on this summer.
So please keep me in mind. I just want to do it because I've already done a voiceover for 2 different films.
Okay.
You know, I got my IMDb credit. That's all I'm cared about. I don't care about the money. To me, it's about the good exposure, and it's something I enjoy doing.
Right.
So keep me in mind for that.
I got you. So it's like this, you know. People ask like, "What is your purpose? What are you going hard for?" That just goes back to your question earlier. I love Atlanta so much, to the point to where, you know, you got your Jermaine Dupri's, your Dallas Austin, everybody who put a staple in the city. I want to be in that same conversation, no matter if it's with film, you know what I'm saying, music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in that same conversation. Like, yo, June, he was one of them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to get to that level, I got to put in the groundwork.
You do. And I already think with what you're doing, you're leaving a legacy right now already, you know, before it's your time to transition over. Some people are like, well, my legacy starts once I'm no longer here. No, you're creating your legacy right now.
Right now. Yeah. And people don't know my life is dedicated to my son. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm on a mission right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me post like, son, I'm coming for you. Yeah. Just know that, you know, I'm fighting to get my son. We're going to put it out there. I'm fighting to get my son back right now. And I want him to know when we cross paths again, like he's going to be like, what you been doing? Yeah. Like, why it take you so long? And then, well, actually, he's not going to have to ask me that. He's going to see, like, dang, my dad been doing this, that, and the third.
He's going to be proud of you.
And when he look at his bank account, he's going to be like, damn. Like, mom been tripping. Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Oh, okay.
So I've been going through this since he left.
Yeah.
So
that's tough.
Yeah. So it's like all I got to go off of him is a silhouette.
And really, Slick, a young man at his age, they need their father, you know? So ladies, I don't know your situation, so I'm not directing this at you, but ladies, please, if you have sons, allow them to, if they have a good father figure, please let them be in their life, please, because they need that. Yeah. A lot of women like, just have this ego or whatever. And
I don't know. I don't want to turn the energy down.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I was just bringing that up just to let people know that this is what I do it for.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
So
it's bigger than you.
It's way bigger than me. And then my mom, she deserves to retire now. Yeah. Like, I want to pay my mom back so much.
That's
like,
beautiful.
So bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told her, don't be so quick to pay your house off because I want to do it.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? So I told her, give me 4 years. It may not take that long, but give me up to 4 years. I'll be 40. I'm going to hit that big 4-0. Yeah. And her life was changed.
Where does she live at?
She live in Virginia.
She's in Virginia.
Yeah. That
is amazing. You definitely want to do that because, you know, Mom Dukes are special. That's who brought you into this world. So it's like they raise you and take care of you for 18 years, sometimes a little more. Yeah. You want to be able to give back.
Yeah. And then me and her are like this. Like, you know, she had me when she was 20. Okay. So we like 20 years apart.
I had my son at 19, but 22 days later.
Yeah. So it's like it's not that much of a big gap. So we basically grew up together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I seen what she did. She spent 22 years in the military for me. Wow. And my younger siblings, but me first.
Salute her.
I was the only child to 15. But no, she made a lot of sacrifices, and I dedicate my life to her. Man. You know what I'm saying? And my son.
That's so beautiful. Like, you know, having a mother that's still around is a gem, but the fact that you guys were so close, like you said, she had you young. I had my son at 19 and literally turned 22 days later. Yeah. So we had that same age gap. Yeah. He and I are like this. People thought he was my little brother more so than my son.
That's how it is now.
Yeah.
Like when we go out to the club, like older cats.
Oh, they be trying to holler?
They be like, and he's like, this is my son. They be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, come on. But, yeah, me and my mom, we like this. It was a battle because she didn't understand entrepreneurship. Yeah. Because I've been an entrepreneur since 15. Yeah. And I was selling bootlegs out the locker. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, I said, you know what? A regular 9 to 5 is not me.
Yeah.
So once we got our caps and gowns, I pursued music after high school, and everybody else pursued working warehouses. You know what I'm saying? Working in warehouses and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think we're actually right now, thank God that we are all like have our own stuff going on, because I really believe that we're in an era that's going towards robotics and AIs. A lot of jobs are going to be cut out because they're going to put a robot in place per se.
Thanks.
So we have to, you know, have trades, whether, you know, you're like a mechanic or a plumber or something that a robot can't take the place of,
Right.
or film and stuff, or radio. They can't replace that. They have to have a human being do that.
Yeah.
You know, would you ever let your son get in one of your films?
Of course. Of course.
Has he asked?
What I did was, right, he's very interested in like photography and actually picking up, you know, the camera.
Yeah.
And for his 14th birthday, I gave him my first camera that I got my placement with, which was a Canon 7D. I shot Future with it. I shot Migos with it.
Wow.
Like their mixtapes, like back in, well, Future came out, what, 2010 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I designed like a lot of his mixtapes when he first came out, Gucci Man, all of them. I shot with this very camera, and I gave him that. And when he saw it, he was more amazed and blown away about the camera than everything else I bought him.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, he won't do that.
Absolutely. So I mean, it sounds like Slick kind of instilled that in you.
Yeah.
Or you instilled that in him,
Yeah,
I should say.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so crazy because I believe in, like, my DNA runs very, very thick within him. Because even though we haven't spent a lot of time together, like based off of footage that I've seen of him and what his mom says, she's like, he's just like you. He's very artistic.
Yeah.
Right now he's going through he's heavy into basketball. Well, all the sports actually,
Yeah.
but more so in basketball. And he loved Michael Jackson.
He's like your little twin.
Yeah, and he's a bread eater like me. I love bread. Any type of bread, I just eat it dry and all. I eat bread. He loves bread.
That is
pancakes, all that shit.
hilarious.
So
You said dry and all. I'll eat it.
I love bread.
That
You
is
know
so
what I'm saying?
dope.
He's just like me, and
So you're trying to get him to move here with you.
yeah, that's what we're gonna get.
I pray that works out sooner than later, because he needs you.
Oh yeah, we going. I'm marching up to Ohio. I think next week.
Yeah.
To keep the motion going with the courts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good for
So
you.
they're gonna
Don't
get
let
it done.
up.
Nah.
You
Never
know?
that. Never
Exactly.
That.
I know
yeah.
you won't, but it's like sometimes, you know, it's always good to still hear it from other people. Just like, don't let up, you know, because it will happen for you.
Big facts.
Most definitely. So for anybody that's interested in tapping in with you, whether it's on the music side, production side, film side, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Look, I know I got one hat on right now, but I wear many.
He
You know what I'm
does.
saying? If you want to buy any of my books, go to
Oh yeah, he's an author too, y'all.
what times? Go to Amazon, type in June or Derek Ballard, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
It'll pop up. All my stuff will pop up. If you want to, inquire about casting calls, go to King June ATL. That's my handle on Instagram.
Yep.
Or go to www.btbproductions.net for casting calls. If you want beats, you want to lease them, own them, you want me to come up to your studio, your session, and cook up in front of you, I can do that. Go to www.kingjunebeats.com.
Man, I love it that you got a website for the different stuff that you do.
Yeah.
That way it kind of keeps it separated.
Yeah. So it's like I try to wean myself off of relying heavily on social media because anything can happen to that.
Bruh, like
So if like it's so say for instance like the pandemic happens, people was going cold turkey like, yo, what do we do? What's going to happen? Like, look, you got to create your own platform just in case. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to conform to being censored. You got your own website. You know what I'm saying? If you got a podcast, I strongly encourage people to have your own, website to stream from.
100%.
You don't have to deal with,
Because
whatever.
like you said, we don't own our social media. We're just leasing space on their platform, and at
Yeah.
any time it can go away.
Right.
Not to mention, gosh, lately social media is just like, I don't even want to be on there. It's like, I know I have to because I get a lot of business from there.
Yeah, same here.
But there's so much ugliness and negativity and clout chasing. And I'm just like,
Right.
I hate all that stuff. Like,
Right.
honestly, if it wasn't for the business I'm in, I wouldn't even be on social media.
Yeah.
So I'm like you. I own industriesmostwanted.com, mysticcnt.com, TampaMystic.com, hiphopandhype.com. I got like 10 .coms because it's important we have our own domains because nobody can take that from us.
Yeah, and own your own IP. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Have your own IP, because if you are like on YouTube or anything like that, and if they want your stuff down, they can just take it from you. And then also people understand, shit, I might, you know what I'm saying, something mysterious might happen to me. I don't care. But understand that when you upload any type of content to these servers, you are training them to not need you no more.
That's right. Absolutely.
AI,
like we
You're
just
training
discussed.
AI, you know what I'm saying, to like graphic design. That's going to be a dying industry because now you can just make mixtape covers from an app, shit like that.
There's an app that does motion graphics now. Like we just seen a video about it on YouTube, and I'm just like, pretty much anything, stuff like that, there's an AI app for it now. I'm just like, dang.
And it's like, it's sad because, you know, like the community that we live in, we influence a lot. The urban community influence the whole world. Yeah. Now you see, like, if you haven't noticed, how they paint cars, how they soup cars up. Absolutely. Now. They coming off the dealership with
big rims and nice stereos.
And the color, how they paint them. Like, you know, it's like we influence a lot. 100%. You know, so it's like, you know, own it. Yeah. If you own it, make sure you get your copyright on anything that you write. That's produce. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even your name. You can copyright your name. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage people just to own everything that they stand on. Man, listen, it's a pleasure to have you here. You know it. We got to do it again because each time you release a film or casting for a film, I wouldn't mind you come back, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes just to talk about that so I can put it out there for you. Okay. Who do you want to shout out to? Let's start the list. I'm going to keep it brief. First of all, I want to shout out to the whole city of Atlanta. We need some resurgence right now. We done lost our mojo. We gave too much influence to the whole world, and we lost it. We're not number one no more. So I encourage all of my OGs shout out to my OG, Cujo Goody. Salute to him. Yeah. Shout out to my other OG, Pastor Troy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Roscoe Dash. We got a movie coming out next month called Rackades. Roscoe Dash. All of my cats, Don P. from Trillville. That's my partner. Yeah, that's a homie. Yeah. So all of y'all we need to come back, bring back what works since they're doing it anyway. We need to come back and take Atlanta over in the music game. Man, I couldn't agree more. And then outside of that, shout out to them in this whole city. Shout out to my family, my moms. I love you. Shout out to all my siblings. I'm the oldest of 6. Shout out to all of them. Rest in heaven to my grandma, my mom, number 2, Dorothy Cersei. You know what I'm saying? I love you. She's my motivation. She's kept me alive this long. Shout out to the Bravo family for giving me my first industry check. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Candy Burrs, that's big sis right there, for giving me the opportunity as well on a major platform. Yeah. Shout out to all my cast members. Shout out to you for having me on the platform. No worries. Shout out to my son, of course, for keeping me motivated to keep going. And my fiance, Chandrika Robinson. Absolutely. You need a good woman to hold you down. Yeah, that's for sure. I had to say the best for last. I know that's right. I ain't going to hear the last of it. Well, definitely shout out to her. Yeah, facts. Last but not least, we are on Industry's Most Wanted, right? Yeah, shout out. King June in the building. Yeah. Go ahead and let everybody know what makes you the industry's most wanted. I'm the most wanted because I don't understand what the word no means. I believe that I'm like I told you before, and I told you all out here, I'm here for a purpose. Yeah. I'm going to get to that level without trying. You know what I'm saying? Before it's all said and done, y'all going to see King June everywhere. And King June, if they were to write the Bible from this point on, and they ask me what my input was, or if they want to throw some selections out there, they would bring up King June for various reasons, because I'm here for the people, humanity as a whole, and I had a cause that can motivate layers, generations of people.
You are absolutely walking your purpose. Yeah. I love it. Thank you for being here. We up out of here, y'all.
You know it.
My face. I'm not leaving a trace. Money all over the place. Nigga, we fading away. Nigga, we crossing the fade. Nigga, we ballin' with money. Niggas is catching away.